rain falls gently outside as I push open the door of the small cafe in my Eastern European town. The air is cool and damp, carrying the smell of wet earth and leaves. It is late afternoon, and the sky is gray. Covered with heavy clouds, I step inside, and the warmth of the cafe wraps around me like a soft blanket. The smell of coffee and fresh bread fills the air, rich and comforting. My shoes are wet from the rain, and they make a quiet sound on the wooden floor. I look around and smile. This cafe is my favorite place, a corner of the world where time feels different. I find a table near the window and sit down, ready to spend the afternoon here. The cafe is small, with walls painted a warm yellow. The paint is old, peeling in some places, showing the years this place has seen. Wooden tables and chairs are scattered around, each one worn but polished, shining softly in the light. The windows are large, letting in the gray light of the rainy day. Water slides down the glass in slow, winding paths, catching the dim glow from the street. On the wall above my table, an old clock ticks steadily. Its face is round, with black numbers and hands that move slowly, as if they know there is no rush. The clock is the heart of the cafe, watching over everything with quiet wisdom. I set my bag on the chair next to me. It holds my notebook and pen, my companions for moments like this. I order a cup of tea from the waitress, who smiles kindly. The tea arrives in a white cup, steaming gently. The smell is sweet like chamomile and honey, and it mixes with the scent of the cafe. I wrap my hands around the cup, feeling its warmth. The rain outside taps on the window, a soft, steady sound like a song that never ends. In the background, music plays, soft piano notes, slow and gentle like a lullaby. The cafe feels like a dream, warm and safe, a place where I can think. I look at the clock again. Its hands move slowly, marking each second with a quiet tick. The sound is small, but it fills the room, blending with the rain and the music. I think about time. The clock is old, older than me, maybe older than the cafe. Its wood is dark, carved with simple patterns, and its face is slightly yellowed. Like an old photograph, I wonder about the people who have sat here before me, looking at this clock, listening to its steady rhythm. Time is strange. It moves forward, but it also holds memories, keeping them close. This cafe, this clock, makes me feel that. The cafe is not empty, but it is quiet. A few people sit at other tables, each in their own world. An old man reads a book, his glasses low on his nose, his hands turn the pages slowly, and his face is calm, like he is lost in the story. A young woman sits near the counter, writing in a notebook. Her pen moves quickly and her eyes are focused. The waitress moves between tables, her steps light, her apron white and clean. The cafe feels alive, but peaceful, like a painting that breathes. I sip my tea, its warmth spreading through me, and I feel part of this moment. The rain outside is heavier now, falling in thick drops that blur the window. The street is empty, the cobblestones dark and shiny. A few leaves, red and gold, stick to the ground, moved by the water. The world outside is cold, but inside the cafe is warm, its light soft and golden. Lamps hang from the ceiling, their shades made of glass, casting a gentle glow. The light touches the clock, making its wood shine. I think about my childhood when I came to this cafe with my mother. We would sit at the same table, near the window, watching the rain. She would order tea just like I do now and tell me stories about her own childhood. Those memories are clear, like pictures in my mind. My mother's voice was soft, her eyes bright when she talked. She loved this cafe, its warmth, its quiet. She would point at the clock and say, "Time is kind here." I didn't understand then, but I do now. The clock ticks and feels like it holds her words, her smile. I open my notebook and start to write. The pen feels smooth in my hand and the pages are soft. I write about the cafe, the clock, the rain. The words come slowly, but they feel right, like they belong to this place. Writing is my way of keeping moments, like catching raindrops in a cup. The music changes, still soft, but with a violin now. Its notes long and sad, it matches the rain. The gray sky, the mood of the cafe. I look around, noticing the small details. The counter is wooden, with a glass case holding cakes and pastries. The cakes are golden, dusted with sugar, and the pastries are flaky, filled with cream. The smell of them mixes with the coffee, making the air even richer. A vase of flowers sits on the counter. White daisies, their petals bright against the gray day. The flowers make me think of spring, of new beginnings, even on this rainy afternoon. I sip my tea again. Its taste sweet and warm. The cup is cooler now, but still comforting. I look at the clock. Its hands moving steadily. Time feels different here. Slower, kinder. I think about my life. The years that have passed. I am older now, with more memories, more stories. The cafe holds them all like a box of treasures. I think about my grandmother, who lived in a village nearby. She loved clocks, their steady ticking a reminder of life's rhythm. She would sit in her kitchen, listening to her own old clock and tell me stories about her youth. Those moments are gone, but the cafe brings them back. I write about my grandmother, her voice, her love for time. The words feel like a bridge connecting me to her. The rain outside is softer now, a gentle patter on the window. The music is quieter too, like it is fading into the background. The cafe is calm, its warmth wrapping around me. I look at the other people again. The old man is still reading, his book open to a new page. The young woman has stopped writing and is looking out the window, her face thoughtful. The waitress hums softly as she wipes the counter. We are all here, sharing this moment, connected by the clock's steady tick. The light in the cafe changes as the afternoon moves on. The gray sky is darker now, but the lamps keep the room bright. The clock's face glows softly, its hands pointing to a new hour. I think about the stories this cafe has seen. People have come and gone, each leaving a piece of themselves here. The clock has watched them all. It's ticking a constant song. I wonder about the person who made the clock. Their hands carving the wood, setting the gears. They are gone, but their work lives on, marking time in this small cafe. I write about the clock, its wood, its sound. I describe the way it makes me feel. Like time is not rushing, but flowing like a river. The cafe is like that river, steady and calm, carrying moments along. I think about my dreams, my wish to write stories that touch people's hearts. The cafe helps me believe I can. It is a place where thoughts are free, where memories live. I write about this, my pen moving faster now. The words are simple, but they carry my heart. The rain is lighter now, almost stopping. The window is clearer, showing the street outside. A few people walk by, their umbrellas closed. The cobblestones shine, reflecting the gray sky. I see a bird outside, small and brown, hopping on the wet ground. It shakes its wings, sending tiny drops of water flying. I smile. The world outside is waking up, but the cafe stays quiet, a world of its own. The music is soft again, piano notes floating through the air. The sound mixes with the clock's ticking, creating a rhythm that feels like home. I think about my mother again, her love for this place. She would sit here watching the rain, listening to the clock. She said it was a place to feel, to remember. I understand now. The cafe is a keeper of memories, a place where the past and present meet. I write about her, her smile, her stories, The words make me feel close to her, like she is sitting with me. The tea is cold now, but I don't mind. The warmth of the cafe, the clock, the music, it is enough. The old man closes his book and stands, his movements slow. He nods to the waitress and leaves, the door creaking behind him. The young woman is still by the window, her notebook closed now. She sips her coffee, her eyes far away. The waitress moves to a table, clearing cups and plates. The cafe is quieter, but the clock keeps ticking, steady and sure. I look at it, its hands moving slowly. Time is passing, but it feels gentle here, like a friend who stays. I write a few more lines, describing the rain, the music, the people. The words are like threads weaving a picture of this afternoon. I think about life, how it moves like the clock's hands, always forward but full of moments that stay. The cafe holds those moments, keeping them safe. I feel grateful for this place, for the chance to sit here, to think, to write. The clock ticks, and I feel its rhythm in my heart. The light is fading now, the lamps glowing brighter. The cafe is warm, its colors soft and rich. The yellow walls, the wooden tables, the flowers, they all feel like part of me. I close my notebook and touch its cover, soft from years of use. The clock ticks on, its sound a reminder that time is kind here. I stand and stretch, feeling the warmth of the cafe in my bones. The rain has stopped, and the street outside is quiet. I look at the clock one last time, its hands steady, its face calm. I pick up my bag and walk to the door. The waitress smiles and I nod back. The door creaks as I push it open, and the cool air meets me. The sky is dark now. With a hint of stars behind the clouds, I step outside, carrying the cafe with me. The smell of coffee, the sound of the clock, the warmth of the tea. The town is silent, but it feels alive, like it holds the day's stories. I walk home, my steps slow, my heart full. The old cafe clock is still ticking, and I will return tomorrow, ready to listen, to write, to remember.